Welcome to the apocalypse.
Basically, once you finish the tutorial, we send you to what we call the Choose Your Own Adventure room, and you can choose from 9 different towns to start in. These towns have different focuses to them. Some of them are focused on combat, where you'll get missions to go kill people, and you'll be rewarded with weapons and armor. Some are crafting focused, where you'll be asked to make things, and you'll be rewarded with recipes. Some are support focused, and you'll be tasked with healing NPCs and doing stuff like that, and you'll be rewarded with special abilities in that vein. So we really wanted to give people a chance to say, okay, I want to play this type of character. What kind of town can I go to see that kind of content? Also, coming out of the tutorial, you have the starting equipment necessary to pursue any of these activities. We start you with, a basic rifle, 2 basic pistols, some basic melee weapons, and all the basic trade skill kits, so players can pursue whatever they want right out the door. There's not a feeling of, okay, I've got to go get a decent weapon, or I've got to go get this other stuff before I can really start playing. As soon as you get out of the tutorial, you can start beating people in the heads or crafting stuff, whatever you want to do. The town we're going to is a town called Mumford, which is it's largely ruined, like most of the towns. You can see there's lots of tents, old windmills, things of that nature. But the real point of interest in this town is, you can also see the old monorail system. There's a old crashed satellite here that people have been picking apart for parts, and various groups have come here to try and find out what the satellite is, if there's anything valuable there. So basically, we've got the whole story of the town revolves around, okay, satellites don't generally fall from the sky and survive. What's going on? Who's fighting over this? Why are these different groups here? And that's just the starter town. That starter town then feeds into a town called Embry Crossroads, which continues some of those stories, introduces new stories. So we've basically got a lot of different elements interweaving these different areas. We try and make sure everything is, all the storylines continue, they're interrelated, and basically try and present a cohesive narrative throughout all these different areas, even though we have all these different factions involved. But again, this is basically Mumford. There's a ruined satellite that people are investigating here. You can see some of the old research buildings they built on top of the hill, and there's a bunch of people it's basically all trying to find out what crashed here, why it was here, what was valuable in it, that sort of thing. This town has a lot of elements in it involving our crafting system. Crafting is a huge part of our game, where 95% of the items in the game are craftable. All the best items in the game come from players. So it's not a game where you go kill some guy a whole bunch in the hopes he drops the thing you want. It's really more you have to go find rare resources, give them to a crafter player, and he'll make you the gear you want. So all players can also our crafting has a real-time component to it. So if you want to craft a gun, it may take you an hour or two. You want to craft bandages, it may take you a minute. You want to make a car, it may take you a month. This time passes regardless of what you do. You don't have to keep your character in a workshop or anything like that. You can go out and adventure, you can log off, do whatever, that time will pass. There are facilities that speed that time up. So what a lot of people do is when they're getting ready to log off, they'll go into a facility, queue up 20 things in their crafting queue, and then the next day when they log in, they have these 20 items finished. We give you XP for crafting and for harvesting resources, so you can level up just on those alone. You can play through the whole game as a crafter and never have to kill anything and reach the max level in the game. Instead of building stuff, players can spend their time and resources doing research, which unlocks higher tiers of crafting, so you can build better stuff that basically has better stats, more efficient. You can build better vehicles. Basically in the start of the game, you learn how to make an ATV, and from there you can learn how to make a motorcycle, a muscle car, a dune buggy. You can mount machine guns on them. You can build different types of motors, so you can have a biodiesel or an electric engine. So players, basically, they can unlock a huge amount of content through the research system. It's basically, if they just make the normal crafting stuff, okay, they'll be fine. But the real meat of the crafting system comes once you start going for the advanced and improved knowledges. And also, a lot of different playstyles, such as being a rifle pistol build, use the crafting system to make your ammo, which is a lot cheaper than buying it. If you build a car, you can make your own gasoline. If you're running around, you use a horse to get around, you can make your own horse feed. Our vehicles and horses do consume fuel in a sense. For horses, it's food. For vehicles, it's actual fuel. If your vehicle or horse runs out in the middle of nowhere, you do have to run back. You have to run to town, get food or fuel, run back to your horse, and or vehicle and fix it up. So they are persistent. They are separate creatures, so they can be killed separate from you. Your horse can be shot out from under you in PvP. We do have NPCs who will tow a vehicle or horse back to town for a cost based on the distance and the value of the vehicle or horse being towed.